here we go. Round one of this semi-final match contested between Jorday, Hendo, Jdon, and OC. Starting out on Menace, it's going to be a really interesting match, to be fair.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see going through the maps because they are quite different. What sort of playstyle people will have with them, where it's going to be pushing for pace, trying to keep it consistent. I know, for example, OC will be trying to keep it consistent, may not have the pace of the others. Jorday has been very consistent from what we've seen as well on stream. And from what it looks like from his results, I think Jdon has been as well, so...
Yeah, I think you're completely right there. Like, consistency for OC is going to be key. He doesn't have the ultimate pace that the other three potentially do, so he's just going to have to try and keep it clean. Is in third place right now. Such a tight round. A few little releases there. Jdon, despite driving a really solid round, there's still a couple of tenths back. Can he gain at the end? Can he snipe Hendo? No, he's going to go out wide here. And is it going to be OC to win the first round with a 102.0? Jorday 300s behind, Hendo 0.25 and Jdon 0.33. Such a close round there. But it's actually OC, the underdog, coming out on top.
We've seen a bit of this on stream with some of the earlier matches as well, especially the match between the four sort of first place contenders from the original round, where if there's any mistakes, that's it, they're in last place, realistically, because the other players are so good and so consistent. I say there's two bonks at the start of this round, but you shouldn't be expecting anything other than last place if you make a big mistake.
Ooh, yeah, Hendo clipped the hole at the start and has just decided to take an interesting line there. OC, I think, just caught the checkpoint on the way through. So it's Jorday and Jdon up front. OC trying to play catch-up. We'll right on board with Jorday and Jdon for this first round. Jdon finishing fourth in round one, but could turn the tables here with a first place in round two. I think the time is probably quite similar to last time, but just a much less clean round for everyone here. Jorday, though, much tighter on the inside. He is reeling Jdon in, who has to initiate a little drift as well, just to avoid it. Jorday, does he get the better finish here? Jdon looking good. How wide is he going to go? He's going to survive that one. 101.9. That would have won the
OC missed the finish.
round.
OC cost him third place.
Uh-oh. Did he? When you say he missed the finish, did he fail the end?
He went too low.
Like,
yeah, he failed the end. He went too
low
low and actually just completely missed it and had to respawn.
Yikes. That's
I actually have no idea how he got that low, if I'm being totally honest.
Why is there a huge black box on my screen? I don't know. Unsure. He's doing pretty well to drive that well with a big black box, as Hendo makes the same mistake for 2 rounds in a row. Just clipping the inside of that hole there. It's easy done, but I mean, you'd think with a map this difficult, you would have, you know, trying to avoid the easy mistakes.
Yep, and I hope OC is not still driving with the black box on his screen. Doesn't look like it if he's doing as well as he is so far. But again, up front at this map, it is Jorday and Jdon, with Jdon taking a little bit of a lead. Hendo's reading them in a little bit, but I think the mistake at the start is just a bit too much. He's needs a mistake from up front to be anywhere near in with a chance for this round.
Yeah, Jorday seems to have quite a strong end here. Is he reeling in Jdon again? Or OC with a clip that might allow Hendo to come through. Seems a bit too far back though. Jorday still on the heels of Jdon, but he's not going to catch him the time this time. 101.9. That's 2 in a row for Jdon, looking giga consistent, giga fast on this map. OC with a third place. Hendo, 2 very careless mistakes, which has cost him 20 points here.
Apparently OC is just playing with the round box on the middle of his screen. So that's even more impressive that Hendo's not ahead of him, to be honest. I don't think many people would have predicted Hendo to be this far behind after the first 3 rounds of the map.
No, definitely not. No. I mean, the mistakes he made weren't necessarily huge ones. It's just, you know, you clip that hole against 3 players that can drive 101s and like 102s, you're probably going to finish last in that round. You're not going to get away with a mistake like that. Having a better round this time. Another thing I want to point out, Jorday is not being the dominant force that I was maybe expecting. Jdon seems very comfortable on this map, and I mean, Hendo, despite those 2 mistakes, looks like he's got the pace as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's been close between Jorday and jdon, but he's got a bit more, just a little bit more speed, it looks like. Not too much between them, but it'll be interesting to see if that keeps on going between the
Hendo
next few
side?
maps. Close
Yeah.
out front. I don't think there was too much chance of Hendo passing him on the line. And I think they're now going to pause between rounds or rejoin in the warm-up for the next round. See if that fixes his issue.
Yeah. That was 3:10:19s back to back for Jdon, by the way, which is within 3/10 of his PB. So the consistency is absolutely there. Um, Jdon looking very strong right now. Goes into the next map, Candy Crush on 90 points. Jorday 81, OC 73, and Hendo just a point behind on 72. So as we said, Hendo has made a bit of a mistake to start off. OC capitalizing on that mistake. And can he keep it up? I mean, if Hendo continues to make small little errors that are just costing him a second and putting him at the back of the field, then OC could find himself in third place. And I don't see second. I think Jdon and Jorday look pretty nailed at the moment for first and second, but I think it's going to be between OC and Hendo for third and fourth if Hendo's mistakes continue.
Yeah, although I feel like with Hendo, you can't really rely on him making mistakes. I
No,
think
for sure.
I think that was a poor start from him, definitely compared to what you'd expect to see from someone of his caliber. So I would expect him to pick it up over the next few maps. But in Candy Crush, we have actually been seeing quite a lot of mistakes over the previous matches we've seen on stream. But I think maybe these players are a bit higher caliber than what we've seen on stream so far. So it'll be interesting to see if that keeps up.
Where's the hotspot for the mistakes? Like I haven't watched anything today, so like where are players crashing most, would you say?
Uphill drift has been a key
What, the
one.
pillar?
Yep. Well, yeah, exactly. Or just not drifting enough and then going into the wall afterwards.
Yeah.
And another place, I suppose, has been sort of the uphill dirt. It's a lot of
Yep.
mistakes there, and then going into the ending, there's been a few crashes and people missing the finish.
It's a tough map. It flows very well, but you get one line slightly wrong and it can really bite you, like the plastic as well, that slipperier surface. Especially if you're nervous, the hands are shaking, you're trying to control that slide on the plastic as desperately as you can. But yep, tough map. We'll see how this one pans out though, as all players currently within 2/10 of each other going into this uphill dirt that has been catching a few players out. Jorday, I thought he touched on the outside there, so close, full sending, and does pull out a gapper around the 10th. And the uphill drift doesn't catch anyone out either. Jorday carrying less speed, but a wider line should carry more speed out of this downhill here. OC eating the gear might allow Hendo to come back through. Here comes Hendo. Can OC get him on the line, maybe with a tighter inside? Not quite. Hendo beats OC, and it was equally close between Jorday and Jdon as well. Super fast times, 56.6, the winner for Jorday.
That uphill sausage drift coming into the end just before the plastic section, there's been a lot of time gained there as well for people that are willing to risk that.
Yeah,
Sometimes it gets risked a bit too much and then you get a bad line onto the plastic. But if you can keep that speed and convert it into a good line onto the plastic, you gain so much time.
yeah, you can like send full inside and just try and hug the apex round for the faster line, or Hendo with a bonk on the pillar. Or alternatively, you can just come out wider and then hold that speed all the way around. I think they're both roughly equal, but I guess it just comes down to personal preference or the line that you enter with after you come down from the dirt uphill. Hendo, another mistake, 2 seconds behind. OC holding firm in third place right now. Doesn't seem to be challenging the leaders all that much in Jorday and Jdon, but is definitely capitalizing on Hendo's mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, watching it for someone who's obviously not a player, it has looked like the inside line has been more successful in rounds because it tends to be when people are going on wider on the plastic, they're going a bit too wide and not, and then they're getting passed on the inside.
Yeah, and you can eat that gear as well if you're having to like carry a lot of speed into the plastic and then do the full U-turn.
Yeah.
It does end up that you can eat that gear, and it probably costs you about 0.2, 0.3 if you do lose that gear and then have to regain it on the plastic downhill.
And we've seen some people losing that gear and then not being able to make the finish as a result of it at the end as well.
Yeah, can happen.
Chris being, I think, the prime example of that. I don't want to keep bringing him up, but
I think there was a small little clip from OC there on the hole on the inside, and everyone else is driving pretty quickly. It's currently Hendo in the lead. Player currently last on points, 55 points. No player losing more than half just yet, and everyone surviving the uphill dirt. As we go into this drift once again, OC is trying to claw back some time, but everyone in front of him is driving so fast, so consistently. It's just difficult for him to make any headway. jdon, though, after looking probably the best on Menace, is definitely looking third best here. As
first.
Oh, wow, 2000s. Great round, Hendo and Jorday. Well played.
Watching them both together, they tilted at the exact same angle. Like their cars were slightly tilting to the right as they crossed the line, and if one of them had been tilting slightly less, they would have passed the other one. It was very cool to see.
So let's have a look at the points then. OC currently on 46. Hendo winning that round by the skin of his teeth. Stays on 55. And then we have Jorday and jdon on 77 and 75 respectively. They look like the two favourites right now that will end up in that 1v1 at the end. Or are we going all the way to a 1v1? Is that how we're doing things? Because obviously it's just qualification for the final now, right? We are going to a 1v1, okay. Just had confirmation. No? Yes? No.
We'll confirm that. That'll be
We'll
confirmed.
confirm it. Yeah, we'll confirm it. But yeah, right now it's looking like a battle between OC and Hendo, and Hendo's looked faster, I would say, but has just made 3-4 mistakes, and OC's gotten in third place.
This is a great round so far from OC, by the way.
It is, actually. He's setting a pretty insane time, 56.5. I think that's the fastest we've seen in this match so far on Candy Crush.
Yeah, that was a banger. And as well, it matters a lot because Hendo did come last in that round, so it's back to OC being 1 point ahead of him.
True. Big round from OC then.
Again, coming third in this match just means that when you get into the lower bracket, you'll be against the person who came fourth.
Yeah.
In the other match, so it does matter third and fourth.
Oh,
First and second,
agree.
it doesn't matter which way round, but third and fourth does. And that's another mistake. Is that from Hendo? Oh, he's had to fully respawn.
Warm up alarm.
You know what? I did the thing, guys. I did the thing.
Yeah, everyone does the thing at least once. Don't worry.
This is definitely my first time doing this. I've never done it before. Don't worry.
Won't do it again.
Honestly, with the way this match started, with them starting and then going into warm up, can you blame me?
No,
who knows? This might be them starting the match. Just says warm up on the right.
God, these guys are so fast. Even just watching them warm up, like I probably put between, in the end, maybe 8, 9, 10 hours per map, and like just watching how effortless it is for these guys to drive like 0.5, 0.7 faster than my PB every round. What was that? 1 minute 0.5? I did a 1 minute 1010. So yeah, half a second faster than my PB. Just drops it. Like unreal. The level of BITM just continues to go up.
We're going to show off. We're on Ledior now. We're going to show off a map intro.
Well, we're in rounds. Are we watching the rounds or are we watching a map intro? Okay. No map intro. This is the map intro, guys. This is Ledior. You can watch them drive. Okay.
It's super close between all four of them in this first round of Ledior. There's a less than 0.1 between everybody, actually. It's very impressive.
Oh, nice line from OC there, trying to maximize speed. on the exit? Do they all keep the gear? Obviously, they all keep the gear. OC, really good exit there. Sending full inside, actually. That was a line that I was trying to start with, but I watched World Record and didn't do it. It went a bit wider and carried speed, but it looks roughly equal, so this is going to be a close one. Really close. Hendo is losing speed towards the end here. Is he going to get sniped at the finish? Oh, Jaden with a bonk! Oh, Jaden hits the outside, was trying to push as hard as he could. Ends up in 4th place. OC 10th behind Hendo, 1 minute 0.4, blistering time there from Hendo, and he even lost probably about 0.1 in the end there. It looked like OC or Jaden was lining up the snipe, but what a round.
What a round indeed. I mean, all 4 of them were just together the whole race. You can definitely tell the jump in quality from some of the previous matches we've watched, because there's very few mistakes that are happening, and even small ones are costing people 2 and 3 places.
Yeah, like one small clip, if you're a second behind, then yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed 4th place. Like, there's no absolute disaster class plus 6 second kind of finishes, or OC with a bit of a wobble. That is going to be that mistake. He's going to be 1-2 seconds behind here, but that is enough to put him firmly in 4th place as we go on board with Jaden. What just happened to Jorday? What?
I didn't see. He was the clip.
There was nothing to clip on. You just got to slow down. What? I'm actually going to go back and watch that later, because that has really confused me. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't nearly hit the finish again. That finish has been an absolute menace today. It's changed so many rounds.
As in people clipping the outside by trying to full send.
Yeah, people clipping the outside, people clipping the inside as well. The finish pole to the right.
Yeah, the finish block. Yeah.
And people just, missing completely, like hitting the wall beforehand because they're trying to take too much speed.
Yeah, it's a brutal map. Like, this feels like a map that is like very difficult to safe, because the line is so, like, the line is the line. There isn't really much room on that, like, especially at the start where you're having to, go left to right, avoid the block in front of you, and then, like, hug that wall, get the drift right. This as well is just so narrow, and you've got to judge that perfectly. Outside dirt to keep the gear here is essential, and then this as well, you don't want to get airtime, but you want to go as close to the inside as possible. This, you want to reduce airtime. It's a map that, like, you have to drive fast. It will only reward you for driving fast. If you're not getting the lines right, you're probably going to crash. As Jaden with a snipe over Hendo.
It's a dead even round.
300s, and Jorday and OC.
Dead even.
Bang on. Do they both lose? Wait. No, Jorday loses -10. Hello?
Because I think OC came into the last checkpoint ahead.
Ah, is that how it works?
I believe so.
Okay.
Although I'm on dodgy ground here, because we were discussing this earlier, hoping it didn't happen.
I actually don't know.
I think that's how it happens. I think that's how it happens in the game as a general rule, so... So on to the next round. One thing we haven't discussed actually recently is the points.
Yeah.
Where we're pretty close actually between Jaden and Jorday, but interestingly, Hendo is now right in that conversation.
Oh no. 25 points, and I was going to say, up until this point, OC hasn't really been having a mare. Like, he's looked fairly consistent. He hasn't looked slow, put it that way. It's just everyone else has maybe been a tenth or two faster, but yeah, he's failed that sausage drift twice now, and has ended up 2 seconds behind, and I think that might be the difference maker in a match where the margins are so fine. OC losing 20 points in the same place. I think that's really going to cost him dear.
Yeah, it's definitely what you've said. It's not that OC's slow, it's just everybody else is so fast.
Yeah.
And OC's thing really is consistency. He's a very consistent player. Will look to be there or thereabouts, and if you make any mistakes, he'll capitalize on it. But with the pace of the match, he's having to push it a bit more, which means it's leading to more mistakes.
Yeah,
so
it's inevitable, really. You can't blame him at all. Like, you're in a match with 3 players that are on paper better than you. They all finished higher in seeding. They've all got faster PBs. So, like, yes, the I'm not going to try and drive fast. I'm going to try and drive consistent works to a point. But when you're playing against players that are both fast and consistent, it's so difficult to do. It's
Yeah,
so difficult.
exactly. So one thing that's cool to see is that there's only 6 points now between the top three. Hendo had a really, really good last map.
Yeah. Well, he must
He
have done
was
because he was down with OC. Like they were only 10 points apart.
top two every round, I think, and he won, I think, 3 of the rounds. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure he won 3 of the rounds.
Oh damn! That line on the sausage turn is so fast. Why didn't I
And
see
we're
that?
moving on to
The
Capital now. I believe this is our first go around on Capital with this match. What did I say? A Capital. Apologies.
I
I
mean,
am dyslexic, so I have a slight excuse.
all
And
right.
yep.
Map intro, dings. Throw to intro.
Back into the first round of Capital.
Yeah, OC needs a good map here. 15 points, and it feels almost inevitable that he's going to be dropping down to last chance. So needs to be finishing rounds in first place. Did eat the gear on the outside dirt to start things off, so does find himself a couple of tenths behind Hendo, Jorday, and Jaden. Gets good speed, but still the gap remains. See if he can make up speed here. If you send full inside and get that low jump, you can make up a tenth or two, but yeah, everyone is just driving so fast. Hendo there with a bit of a slowdown. OC catching up slightly, still in contention. See if he can get the sausage drift. Nice. Carries the speed through. He's extending on Hendo. Can he get Jorday as well? OC, can he go all the way through the field? Different line, but more exit speed for OC. It's all going to come down to the finish. See if anyone misses. Jaden very wide there. Should carry a lot of speed. Jorday a little bit slower. OC, can he get the snipe done? Not quite, but a valiant comeback nonetheless.
Yep, you can see what we were talking about earlier with tiny mistakes costing so much, because Hendo was in second place, I believe, and he didn't even make a mistake. He just didn't take the corner as quick as the others. Like, it was probably a 0.1 mistake, if that, but OC just took the speed out of it past him. Jorday had already passed him at that point, and then he just wasn't in contention for the rest of the round.
Yeah, that downhill dirt is so weird. Like, it obviously I'm not a great player, but it always felt like RNG to me, like how much speed you exited that with. Like, I don't know whether it's just a smooth steering thing or you're trying to get as much of the downhill as possible to give you that maximum acceleration, as Jaden with a small clip there is going to be into fourth place, and Jorday and Hendo up front fighting it out. OC a little way behind in third place. I didn't see a mistake from him, but has found himself off the pace in this round. So we'll watch Jorday and Hendo.
Just seems like a bit of a slower start from OC. It's been the same, I think, on the rounds we've played on this so far, where it just seems like he doesn't have the quickest start.
Jorday surely going to take this one, and I think the time is going to be pretty impressive. He hits the finish, and Hendo almost snipes, but a 56.8 from Jorday. That is a mighty lap there. That's only 0.2 or, yeah, 0.2 exactly away from his PB. So really putting the afterburners on and driving some pacey rounds here. OC down to 1 point. And at this point, it does feel inevitable that he'll definitely be going on to last chance, but fourth place looming and the lower bracket beckoning.
Unless he wins the round, there's a chance. His start's been a lot better this round, and to be honest, the second half of the map is
don't
as good as the others.
Stop talking. Don't do it.
I'm not cursing him. Look, I'll tell you what, I would never cast a curse OC.
Oh god. Why? All right, get the clip button ready, chat. Are you ready, chat? Get the clip button ready. It's gonna happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inside clip? Outside clip? No, he's still fine. It's okay. All right, yeah, he's fine. He might even win the round, you know. Oh,
I
he's gonna
told
miss
you
the
I would never
no,
curse
no,
OC.
no, 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 he's gonna miss the finish. He's gonna miss the finish. Surely, surely not. Surely not. What a round, by the way. Oh, he made
What
it!
a round!
What a round! That was sick.
Yeah, he still less chance though.
Yeah.
After all that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
But
shame.
again, 4 points between the top 3.
I mean, they have, it's like they've all kind of ganged up on OC, really, isn't it? Like,
Understandable.
none of them have had absolute stinkers. They've just gone, oh, you can win this round, no, you can win this round, and then you can win this one. And OC is just in 3rd or 4th every round. Like, guys, when is it my turn? Please.
Yep, that probably is how it feels. He did win a few rounds in seeding though, OC, which was unexpected. Haven't seen him since then, so I can't really say how the other matches went for him.
Jorday's going to eat some of the penalty grass here and lose a little bit of speed, but makes up for it on the drift. This is so close, everyone. Full sending, OC full sending. Going to have more exit speed here. Might actually be able to win this round. Looks like he might be able to survive unless Jorday and jdon get an absolutely insane end.
That's a
He's
great
going
line from
full
OC.
inside. Oh, he wins the round as well.
played.
Giga Chad on the last chance, 56-9. That's how you hold your nerve.
When was it his turn to win the round? It was this round.
We found it.
And he's got a very nice time, so guaranteed to lose the next round. That is how it works in Trackmania. So unfortunately for OC, we will have to say goodbye to him this round.
Yeah, that was within 0.2 of his PB, which, like, for anyone in rounds to drive within 0.2 of their PB is impressive. But when your PB is a 56.7, yeah, really, really impressive stuff from OC. I mean, even if he drops out here, I have to say, overall, the performance has been pretty incredible. Given that, like, a year ago, BIPC, he was in, like, the mid 20th places. But yeah, he's just joined Evo, and he's up there with the big boys now. Like, he has genuinely had a very good tournament so far, and it will still continue. He'll still stay alive in the lower bracket, and honestly, top 8 is kind of doable.
And I will say, with his play style and with how the match has gone so far, it's not likely, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he does fight for 2nd place. Because all he needs is if someone has a couple of stinkers, they could lose 10 points around, and all of a sudden, you know, someone's in the teens number of points. It's not impossible. He plays as a consistency game, so it's where the reverse cup format seems to help people who play consistency.
Okay, we will go back to another intro here for Menace.
End of warm-up, match starting. Is this going to be the last round for OC? I guess we will see.
Yeah, I mean, Hendo on Menace before dropped 20 points, but only because he clipped the hole at the start twice. And in the rounds that he was competitive, he was very competitive, looked very fast. So OC is going to have his work cut out here. He's had to release a little bit there, and that's allowed all 3 other players to just creep in front. Only by a car length or so, though. OC with a slightly different line to jdon, but jdon carrying maximum speed. Jorday losing speed a little bit. OC is just edging in front of Jorday. It's so close. Nobody is making a mistake here so far. Hendo is going to have the better line on jdon here, I feel. Nobody eating the gear as well. That's a very interesting line from jdon, although I'm not sure that he meant it. And oh my word, look at this. Everyone within a 10th as we go into the final turn. OC needs to survive it. OC gets the bump, and OC bows out of the upper bracket. That is it. That is the fine margin here. 102.0, the winning time. Everyone within a 10th. Just that one bump on the inside. I mean, if only there was a flag there, he might not have crashed.
And you know what's funny? He was actually practicing that on warm-up and making the same mistake. it's one of those ones that's just going to eat away at him because he knew it was going to happen. But
Genuinely
yeah,
though, despite the 4th place finish, such a respectable showing from OC. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed with that at all.
and there is a bit of a question here because if you remember the first time round on this map, he did have the round box on his screen for a couple of the rounds.
Wait.
The black box.
Oh
So
yeah. Uh, I expect he's watching this round and seething because Jordan has crashed, Jaden has crashed, Hendo is up the front. Yeah, why couldn't they drive like this when I was still in the match? I expect OC is saying to himself. Jorday eating the gear as well. Very poor round from Jorday so far. This is going to be a 102 high, possibly even 103 here. It's the time from Hendo. 101.8, which is within zero point 0.4 of his PB. And yeah, 102.8 from Jaden and 103.8 from Jorday. So Jorday having a little hiccup there, finishing in last place. And that is going to drop him down to 5 points as well. Hendo now leading the match. I believe he was in last at one point, wasn't he? And now on
yep,
21 points in pole position here.
I think he was in last place at around 50 points.
Yeah,
And I think since then he's basically been doing well on every map, and his points loss was massively slowed because he was ahead of OC, like behind OC. Sorry.
yeah.
At one
Only by
stage.
1 point, but yeah, he
Mhm.
was.
All right, Jorday is right in the middle now. He really needs a first place here to stop the bleeding. He'll still lose points because there's only
Oh,
3
Jaden.
players left, but if he doesn't want to get to that second place.
Jaden had a very Monka steer moment there, trying to avoid the hole and then keep grip, although he has touched the outside, so that's going to be Jaden into 3rd place, much to Jorday's delight. We'll see if he can catch Hendo as well, who is going to have a
Good
much
line.
wider line here. Here comes Jorday coming through. Can he get this? Yes, small little drift adjustment, but it is into 1st place here. Hendo, slightly faster end though. Is he going to be able to catch? I don't think so. Goes full inside. 100th of a second. But it is Jorday with a 101.9. Jaden finishes 0.5 behind. Super close rounds. Finest of margins deciding them.
And as I said, it was super important that he got the first place and not the second there, because the difference is, second place, he'd now be in last chance. He now has another life, and Jaden's on 4 points. So unless Jaden wins, he will be in last chance next round. So the only one who can not win and stay out of last chance is Hendo at this stage.
Yeah, this comeback from Hendo is pretty insane, to be honest. We're going from 4th, and I think his opponents were like 30 points ahead at that point. They were still on like high 70s at least. So to claw his way back and put himself in a position where if he wins this round, both Jaden and Jorday end up on last chance, fair play.
I think he'd have taken that halfway through this match. Oh, mistake there from Jaden. That's a really big mistake as well.
That is
If
like
as long as there's nothing
gigabomb.
major in front of him, that's it. He's into last chance.
Is Jorday going to be into last chance as well here in second?
Yes, absolutely. It's 6 points lost for second. So unless Hendo makes a huge mistake, and I mean missing the finish mistake, which he is not.
Oh,
Oh,
Jorday!
speaking of missing the finish, it actually does. It doesn't matter, unfortunately.
I mean, they both would have been last chance anyway. Come on.
Yeah, and he still got second.
Double last chance. Jorday, Jaden. Are we done on this map? Is that 4 rounds, or have we got one more?
That is 4
I'm
rounds, I
lost.
believe.
Yes. Next map, which
Oh,
is Candy.
yes, it is.
Yes, Candy.
All right, who's your money on?
God. I think Jaden looked best on this map. No.
All right, I'll take Hendo then.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm joking. Yeah, I think Jaden
Padster
did
Jorday.
look best.
Yeah, I think Jaden looked best, but I can maybe start to see that the pressure is getting to him a little bit now. Like
Hmm.
being on that, like obviously no surprise, but being on that last chance, a couple of mistakes in the last 2 rounds on Menace. Um, Jorday still driving pretty well. Hendo, I think, failed the uphill drift on here maybe once. I don't know. It's so close. Like, obviously, Hendo needs to throw for him to drop down and for us to have a triple last chance. I think it's possible that we see one player drop out, one player stay on last chance, double last chance, Hendo and either Jorday or Jaden. But it's a toss
Mhm.
up. I really wouldn't know who fits into what position, kind of thing.
For some reason, I just feel like this is going to be decided by someone hitting the finish. I don't know why, but that in my head, that's what it's telling me. Someone's going to try and pass someone else by going too inside and hit the finish.
I mean, it's difficult to hit the finish if you've got the speed, but
It has
maybe
been done
like
on stream today. I
how's
will
it?
tell you that. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm
Oh no,
not going to
please
say that
tell
it
me. I'd
wasn't
love to
Chris.
know. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know how it's possible to miss the finish when you have the speed. Did he like clip the hole or something?
No, I think he was trying to cut the inside.
Oh, okay. Happens, I guess. Oh, bye, Jaden. GG's.
Well, I don't think it's going to be the finish that
It
decides
was the
this.
start. The complete opposite of the finish. I mean, we might see a mistake. I don't know. Do you know if any of these guys play HUD on, HUD off? Like, do they know?
I mean, even if they play HUD off, they might flick it on to check. So it's kind of hard to see. It looked like Jorday.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
that's
it's
completely gone.
over. Yeah.
Well, Jorday should still try and push for first place here because
This is true.
he wants Hendo to lose as many as possible, and realistically, he's not going to lose to Jaden at this point, unless he hits the finish.
Yeah, Jorday's surely going to win this round. Yep.
There we go.
56-7 as well. Good time. Yeah, Jaden played really well, but it is going to be Jorday and Hendo in the grand final through the upper bracket. So congratulations to both of them, regardless of who wins now. They will both be going through, but we will complete the 1v1 here, just to see who gets bragging rights going into that grand final. Hendo versus Jorday for potentially the last round, unless Jorday can really pull out something special here. I think regardless of what happens in... No, I was going to say regardless of what happens, Hendo goes down to last chance, but if Jorday finishes second, then Jorday will lose. So, quick maths there. Good job I stopped myself before I made a complete fool of myself, but
So
yeah,
I guess
Jorday needs to win.
Yeah. These two will be playing in the upper bracket final tomorrow.
Wait, not grand final?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, yeah, because this is semi-final. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, big
bye,
mistake from Hendo. This could be it. Speaking of bragging rights, do you know what? We might even have predicted the result right if Jorday wins.
Is that the result we predicted in the end? We said Jorday, Hendo, Jaden, OC?
I think so.
I mean, that was what we said on paper.
Yeah.
Double last chance then. Jorday's just driven a 56.6 as well. And, I mean, what's his PB here? 56.2. So Jorday has, like, pace in the bag.
Yeah.
Hendo, I don't know. It's an
As long as no
unknown.
one crashes the first corner this time.
That would never happen.
There we go.
But, I mean, inside pole. Oh, Hendo, full send. My word, he's already gained like half a tenth. Pillar drift goes well for both players. Jorday, more exit speed though. He's going to carry that all the way through. It's 0.1, 0.2 at this point. Hendo is going to have to maximize the uphill. Jorday, though, gets a really good exit there. He's pulling away. Hendo, small little drift there. Goes tighter on the inside. He's reeling in Jorday. Oh, so close to the outside. It's 0.16. Jorday looks infallible right now. Carries the speed through.
Full send it.
Oh, Hendo does need to full send, but I don't even think that that's going to be enough at this point either. Jorday is looking in prime position here. Just needs to make the finish, and he is going to do so. It was Hendo with the crash at the end. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Jorday 56.5, said he had more pace in the bag and drops it on the last round. Nerves of steel. But yeah, Jorday and Hendo advancing to the upper final. Jorday, the winner of the match, but what a match it was. So close. Fine margins deciding every round. Couldn't ask for more.
There was a lot of twists and turns in that as well. Hendo with the really poor start. Jaden and Jorday sort of pulling away. then making mistakes of their own to the point where Hendo and overtook them again. And then finally Jorday coming back, because Jorday was actually the one in third place for most of that when Hendo came back.
Yeah.
And then coming back to win it is incredible, really.
Yeah, really, really good match. Honestly, like the level this season has been incredible. Like there are so many players that have either been at the top of BITM for so long, like Boz Wizzy, but you've got players like OC coming through, like Killian, Kai, Steg, Rebel, all have come through in the past like year or so, and are really like challenging the established players. So yeah,
Yeah.
great to see. Good tournaments so far, and really looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, very much so. And we can also mention the result of the other match, just for anyone who hasn't seen, which was that Boz won with 3 points, and then Wizzy was second, Crows was third, and Yuruko was in fourth place.
Yeah, I suppose. So the upper final then will be Wizzy, Boz, Jorday, Hendo.
Hmm.
And yeah, lower bracket we can't really say too much about that
Well,
yet.
those
Jaden,
matches, one of the
OC.
matches has finished, which is Babs won his lower bracket, um, lower round 3, and Kai was second. Steg came in last, and Idol was third.
That's a great
So
result for Babs, by the way,
yeah,
because
it is.
Babs in the lower bracket match that I played with him had a little bit of inconsistency, just a few big crashes, but to see him win that match against like Kai, Idol, Steg, that's really promising for Babs. So I hope he goes well throughout the remainder of the bracket.
Hmm.
The other match hasn't finished yet, but I think Octo is out, right?
Yep.
That -4, and Chris, Killian, Kozza. Killian on 19 at the moment. You'd expect him to go through, and probably Kozza as well. I might be cursing him.
Yeah,
Um,
he has 7 points, and Chris is on last chance. So we'll see over the next couple of rounds. But there could be. I wonder how many. Let's see. If Killian wins and Babs wins, they'll be in different lower quarters. So there's not going to be a 3 Irish semi-final. Lower semis, which would be fun,
that
but
would be fun.
unfortunately, it's not happening.
Well, I guess should we wrap things up, Padster? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was everything today. I know I only joined for the last match, so Yatha, do you want to wrap up everything you've seen today?
Absolutely. I mean, we started off with the seeding, which admittedly I wasn't there for. Padster was, but I was watching in the chat, which was very very exciting to see. Then we had the lower bracket matches, which let me just remind myself which one we were watching there. Sorry, I've scrolled across, so I can't see which one it was. It was the Babs and Yuruko match, which was super close between those two. We went to only 3 points left. Then we moved on to the lower bracket. No, it was the upper bracket where we saw Babs, Jorday, Killian, and a Crows, which was an incredible match with basically 4 top, first seeds in action. After that, moved on to the lower bracket where we saw Kai win by a country mile
Jesus.
against.
He had 60 points left. Did
Do
he
you know
just
what?
win every round?
The funny thing is, we predicted Rebel to win, and he came in fourth. Um,
Christ.
Rebel was
That's
winning,
quite that's
but
quite
then it
insane
just
from
went
Kai.
apart for everybody apart from Kai. But that
Right.
was a really good match. That was super close between the. It was, I think it was a triple last place
Mm.
for Miles, Rebel, and Chris, which was really cool to watch. And then obviously we've seen the match now, the Jorday, Hendo, Jdon, and OC match, which was another incredible one. To be honest, I think we've picked pretty much the right match to watch every match so far. That sounds like me patting us on the back. That's not what I mean. I mean it was just it was just incredible to watch today. There were some really really good fights, and I really enjoyed it. It was good to do.
Well, we're back again tomorrow. We start off with lower bracket round 5, myself and yourself, followed by lower bracket final, then upper bracket final. We then have a consolation final where Doc will be joining me, and then finally the grand final at 5 o'clock. So we'll be live from just before 1 o'clock tomorrow. If you want to watch the rest of the action, I believe currently now it's only top 16 left for day 2. It might be top 12. I can't remember 12. Top 12 going into day 2. So the skill level ramps up from here. The matches become closer. The stakes become higher, and you will not want to miss it. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. BST. Don't miss it. See you there.
Thank you. Have a good day.